Hi, this is Bill. Ever got one of these? Parking notice about parking in the yard? We did, and we're going to talk about it next. All right, so we're here in the Milk District, and we're going to take a look at cars parked in the yard. We got our notice. Here's two right here. But yeah, we got our notice that we're in violation for being parked in the yard. But here in this area, tons of people are parked in the yard. So kind of want to grab some evidence, figure out what's going on, why we're being targeted here. So just gonna walk a couple streets here, the Milk District, downtown Orlando. Now it's a beautiful Friday morning. It's about 9:30, 9:15. A lot of people are gonna be at work this morning, so we might not see the cars we normally do, but yeah, it could be the case. Let's figure it out. Good morning.
Hi.
How are you? Yeah, it could be the case here. Got badass sandwiches and Mike's bike shop right here. Yeah, man, let's check it out. It's a big weekend coming up. I know the hometown UCF Knights are hosting Cincinnati Saturday at 3 o'clock. Up in Tallahassee, about 265 miles up to the northwest, Florida State hosting Georgia Tech. And boy, the big one, Florida, Georgia, on the banks of the St. Johns River, the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Gators and Bulldogs going on. But here Friday, it's kind of everybody getting ready for the weekend. But we're gonna just see, I'm gonna walk a couple streets here, see what we got. Now, right out of the gate here, we got a car in the yard. And it's just typical around here. If they're gonna, it is an ordinance. There's no question about it. It is an ordinance. You're not supposed to do it, but everybody's been doing it for decades. And that's just how it is. So I don't know why I'm getting a notice. We did a petition to see. That's kind of an extension of a driveway right there. I'm not gonna hold that on anybody. Yeah, why did we did send out a request for records? So we'll see if we're the only ones. I think we are. And I've been owning in here for over 25 years and never had an issue parking on the grass. But all of a sudden, it is. If that's what's going on, and you're not allowed to do that anymore, and all these folks are going to be parking out in the street. Number one, the streets are going to be, really crowded. But number two, yeah, if that's what's going on, I'm happy to do it. We're not troublemakers, but nobody's been doing it in the 25 years or plus that I've owned down here, and I don't believe they're about to start right now. So I just wonder why we're coming after myself. Meanwhile, Hurricane Ian was over a month ago. They can't seem to get by to grab the debris. Wow. You would think that Orlando is known as the city of beautiful, so if you want to keep a city beautiful, you might want to come around and pick up all this stuff, but it doesn't appear to be much of a priority, unlike folks parking in the yard in some instances. So yeah, we're just going to take 10-15 minutes or so, walk along these roads, see what we find, see what kind of cars are maybe we are the only one. I don't think so. Been driving around in here for a long time. And we do see people. I've never had a problem with it. It's not up to me, but never bothered me. But apparently it's now bothering some other folks. So we got one right here. Now this would kind of be out on the county or the city property, because this is past this utility pole, and right with the sidewalk is where the property owner's property would be to our left, and the city to the right. So he's really on city property. Now over here, we really got a situation where just freewheeling parking wherever. Yeah, they should definitely have a notice. you know, like we say, we try to get our car to park right up along the edge of the building because we don't want our yard, not all the grass to die. I want that to look, you know, somewhat nice. So yeah, but they're just right there, so that should definitely warrant, if that's what we're doing. And I expect that when I do get the records, I expect to see that those folks also got a note. And if that's the case, you know, we're going to comply. We're going to do what they want us to. Not a problem. May put some driveways in. That adds value to our place. Potentially could allow us to increase the rent a little bit. Here's some businesses that have, you know, cars parked wherever. Here's another car. Again, on the other side of the sidewalk here, it's got repairs going on. You can see the battery being charged, no big deal. I've had batteries go out before myself. So yeah, nothing big going on there. Here we got 3 cars in the yard. So already got some folks out of the gate this morning. I'm going to walk these streets. I'm going to hook this corner, pick up the next street. We'll check out what's going on there. All right, folks, we're back over here now. I've picked up this road here. Now, this is an area I'm really not expecting to see a lot on this side because this is an area where we really haven't. I know this area, unlike the city, and typically this particular street and the one to the south, we don't really see a lot of cars around here. But let's take a look. We're gonna walk down 2 blocks here. Shouldn't take too long. Of course, we still see a lot of the tree branches that fell. A lot of old oak trees in here, this area, and a lot of them fell down. And hurricane did have some damage through here. Now, Hurricane Charlie in 2004 really caused a lot of damage in here because of the trees that were here. A lot of them fell. You couldn't even pass down these streets in here after Hurricane Charlie in 2004. But that's not the case this go around, thankfully. So the main thing is, you know, back to the parking, which is the issue at hand here. It is an ordinance. It is on the books. You cannot park in the yard. But I've had the property in question over here for over 25 years. And I don't know if this lady's spearheading it, but I wouldn't vote for her if she was the only person running. That is for sure. But they've never enforced this, to my knowledge. I don't know of anybody. I own a lot of property in this area. Never enforced it. Nobody said boo. Cars everywhere in the yard. As an example, somewhat similar to mine. I mean, there's grass growing around. That truck hadn't been moved in a while. I don't know if they got a notice. I guess we'll find out when and if I ever get the documents and data that I requested. It's public record. It's not that big a deal, I wouldn't think. But we haven't got anything as of yet. Really, no. Right here, we can see 2 in the yard. So, that going on. Got a roof getting put on over here. Got some guys at work. Now, roofing has gotten really expensive, and a lot of banks won't refinance you now if your roof is over 15 years old, which the economic life of a roof is approximately 20 here in the state of Florida. So how they arbitrarily came up with 15, I don't know, but they did, and they're not writing you, and that's a real problem. I don't know what to tell you. And of course, roofing costs are just, you know, through the roof. It's just really difficult to get anything insured these days, and Hurricane Ian's not going to help. But that's a problem for a different day. Car in the yard here. Yeah, got a nice crew of about 10-12 people up there working on that roof. Right over here we got a car. Now this is kind of how I've instructed my tenants at our property to park right along the carport there, making it look like, because we don't want the grass out in the yard out here to to grow. I don't want it to become a mud pit. So, but there's another example. We got two on this street of exactly what we got going. Wonder if they got notices. Somehow, folks, I kind of doubt it. And then that kind of begs the question, why would I get the notice and other people not get the notice? Did someone call on me? I asked, and they said no. This was a staff initiated situation. So I guess the code enforcement officer came down through here and saw my situation. Apparently didn't see much of anything else going on here, but did catch me. So wow, we got two instances right here on this street of a similar situation to me. So let me hook around the corner here and pick up the next street when we get over there. That'll be Kilgore. That's where my place is. All right, we're picking it back up here. We're on, we did 2 streets already. We're down here on Kilgore now. We'll have one more to go after this. This is the street that I'm located on. We'll show you. I'm up here on the left. But we've already found a good bunch of cars on a beautiful Friday morning where a lot of people should potentially be at work. But we've got a car right here on the grass again. This street that we're on here, Kilgore, this is where my place is. We're a little bit wider than some of these other streets, so you do have some parking on the street available to you. Now here's my place here. I have these 2 duplexes right here, and we do have this particular tenant. We've instructed her to park right along the side of the carport there. And that's how she's done. We want that grass to grow. We want it to be nice. So, but apparently here that's not going to work. But everywhere else around here is not going to be too bad. It's going to be fine. That's just it. Be consistent. If you want me to do that and get my people to park out on the road, cool. It's an ordinance. We'll do that. We're not troublemakers. But is everyone else doing it? Or just why me? Now this guy, I don't have any problem with this guy at all, but he parks all his work equipment out here every night. So if we are going to park on the road, we're going to be limited because he's got all his trailers and stuff out here every night. So that's not really not going to work if we're all forced to hit we're not all forced, just me, but if we were all forced to hit the yard, there's a little makeshift driveway right there. No worries. Now I'm going to kind of speed up a little bit in here because, like I say, up here is kind of the area where you really don't see a lot of cars on this section here. A lot of these are no real duplex stuff going on here. These like single family homes. Some newer duplexes are in here that have the drives. And they are wanting, people to refrain from building a lot of these new duplexes because they want to continue the character of the neighborhood from days gone by. But they're not, a lot of them are being built, which is fine. Not against that, but all the new ones have drives, and that's all new stuff like this situation going on right here. Got the nice pavers, and nice duplex. That's a beautiful duplex there, or not brand new, but definitely newer. That's a Class A property, what they call it. Age and construction and so forth are real new. And we're not finding a whole heck of a lot on this as I kind of anticipated. That's the executive airport here in Orlando ahead of us. Many of you all might be familiar with that. OIA is to our south, which would be to the right, looking at this video. Probably down about 7 miles or so south of here. All right, folks, well, like we anticipated, not a lot here on Kilgore, so let me shut it off and I'll hook around and we've got one more street to go. Okay, we're on Central now, and again, this area right in this spot we're at right now, this little spot here, is kind of wide. A lot of single family homes here, but pretty quickly, about 4 parcels in, we're gonna tighten up, and we're gonna find a lot of multifamily. And I anticipate here we probably will see a good number of cars. We got to be over, I haven't been counting, but we got to be a dozen or so by now. Again, Friday morning, about 9:30. Beautiful, beautiful out right now. Wow. Gonna get a little warm later, but not quite football weather, but pretty nice, pretty nice. Central Florida. Plane flying over us, heading into OIA. There he goes. Do get a little bit of that through here. A lot of tree debris there, hanging out. I see. I guess at some point they're going to come by and pick it up. I don't know why we're in a holding pattern on that. But, a lot of debris out here. Really not going to think about this in terms of because it's kind of an extension of the driveway. I won't look at it that way, but over there, definitely. And you can see the grass isn't mowed underneath there, so I don't think that's moved in a while. But it's another one. Yeah, we'll see all that. So we got one right there. And as I count up, like I say, I'm not trying to be technical. That one right there, I think that's kind of an extension of the driveway. We're not going to get all hot and bothered about that. County's the city, hot and bothered about me, that's for sure. Certified mail after certified mail after certified mail that, you know, we got our hearing coming up and you're in violation, and certified mail ain't cheap. Could have just called me, talked to me about it. That didn't happen. So we're going to go down there. Our hearing's coming up in a couple weeks. We are going to lose the hearing. Make no mistake about that. You cannot fight City Hall. But we're going to go down there and call them out. You're not doing this fairly. It's documented. Don't know what your real agenda is. I think I know, but I can't prove it. So I don't talk about stuff I can't prove. Kind of like one of those deals where you don't ask a question you don't know the answer to. But I do know what's going on, and I just want to go down there and call them out. Now, that might make me a target. You know, you would say, well, no, they don't do that. Yeah, they do. They certainly do. And I could fall into that category for sure. But, man, you got to stand up. You just can't get walked over by these folks. I think this is what they want you to do right here, like with this gravel. I think that's what they're looking for, which is fine. Fine, if that's what we're going to be doing. If that's what everybody's doing, but they're not, as we can see. That's not what's going on. There's a few more places. We're going to wrap it up. Yeah, Central's a little bit more of a busy area, even right here. There is a light up here. And this, of course, goes straight into downtown Orlando. And all the way under I-4 on out into the west side of town. there's typically a car here that I've seen many times, but not here this morning. So it might be one of the folks who are actually at work. And congratulations to them, gainfully employed, making America work. That's making America move. That's really good. So, and we just got a bunch of cars piled up here, but no what we would consider to be violation. All right, so there's our little tour of these streets. I guess we came up with about a dozen or so. Definitely into double figures for sure. Of people parked in the yard on a Friday morning at 9:30. But I just kind of believe I'm the only one with a citation. We're going to go down there and figure it out. It's probably not going to work out too well for us. But man, we just can't get punched in the gut and just stand around and do nothing. Okay, folks, so there's a tour of the neighborhood. We can see plenty of cars parked out there. We don't know what's going on. Maybe everybody got notices. We're fixing to find out down there when we go down. So we'll report back to you and let you know what happens. Listen, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Do like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. Guys, have a great week. We'll talk to you next time. We'll give you the results. Keep your eyes out. Thank you.